We have traveled all over East Africa, finding hardworking farmers who are making a good life on their shambas.
We want to learn from them, turn their farms into good businesses,
and help them increase their profits.
Join us and see how our farmers benefit from the experts' advice.
And share their experiences as we shape up their shambas.
Karibu
to the Shamba Shape Up Safari. Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
Today we're in Praxedece Magero's Shamba in Busia County. She's an excellent farmer, but even the best need some help.
So we've come with our experts to find out if we can help this successful farmer become even better.
And maybe she can teach us a few things as well. Let's go find out. Meet Praxedece and her husband, Officer Magero.
They have 3 daughters, but just one is still at home.
Their farm is close to the border town of Busia. It's a busy place, and so is our farm.
On 15 acres, she grows finger millet, sorghum, cassava, and maize.
She also has local chickens, ducks, guinea fowl, and 2 geese. Time we paid our visit.
Praxedece. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to see you.
Hey, thank you.
Good to see you. Now, everybody here says you are a very good farmer.
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Now, do you think there's any room for more improvement?
Yes, there is, because we keep on learning good things, new good things.
That's true. And actually, we have experts who are going to teach you even more.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Where are they?
Oh, come, let's go find them.
Okay,
come with
you.
us.
Praxedece keeps geese for security and ducks for eggs and meat. Our expert from Munga is here having a look at the ducks. Andrew?
Yes, Naomi?
Yeah, there you are. I see you've been looking at the ducks.
Yes.
So, what kind of food would you recommend for the ducks?
For the ducks, I recommend that she feeds on fugo, chick and duck mash. These are good feeds that they enhance faster growth.
Right.
They help the chicks to build the body weight that is required for early laying of the eggs. These ones, they are meant to help the chicks grow very healthy, strong bones, and then you eliminate the many illnesses.
Right.
That's the first feed. Then the next one is the growers mash.
Yes.
That's that you feed the middle edge, which now helps the ducks to prepare them for laying. And then once they start laying, you introduce them to fugo layers complete meal.
Is there a different feed for the chickens, because she has chickens, and the ducks?
There's no difference,
right,
because the fugo feed is used for feeding fowl.
Right.
That's a category of chicken, ducks.
And the geese as well.
Yeah, the geese, yeah.
Aha. So what's the value, like in terms of money? Is she going to get more money?
First of all, there is very fast growth. So you are able to sell your ducks within a short period of time. Then secondly, you get very strong eggs that do not break easily, and so you take more eggs to the market.
Do you mean if I start feeding my ducks with this chick and duck mash now, they will grow faster and give me money quickly?
When you feed with chick and duck mash, you help your chicks to come up with a very strong body. They help to get the age of laying, to attain that age very fast.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've decided I will use fugo.
Thank you.
Keep ducks and chickens separately to stop diseases. Chickens and ducks can also fight each other. So keep them safe and keep yourself safe as well. Chicks, ducks and geese carry diseases like salmonella. After you touch a bird or anything in the area where they live, wash your hands. While it doesn't usually make the bird sick, salmonella can make you and your family very sick if the disease passes to you.
Praxedece has a team getting a cassava ready for storage. It rots very quickly, so we've asked Farm Concern to send us an expert on drying the cassava. Dried cassava will keep for longer, so it can be sold at a higher price or kept for the family to eat out of season. Praxedece,
Yes.
you hope to make some profits from the ducks?
Yes.
And we are hoping you make a lot of profits from your cassava. Now we are going to go through the 4 steps.
Yes.
And you take us through them one by one. Step 1. Straight after harvest, peel and wash to clean and remove the poison.
Cassava destroys very fast within 24 hours. So as soon as the cassavas are brought, you peel them, then followed by cleaning. The cleaning process also reduces the level of the poison called cyanide, which is naturally available in cassava.
So what's the next stage from here?
No, the next stage now is we are going to see the cutting, but using a machine.
Ah, yes, I can hear the sound of a machine, yeah. Let's go and do some cutting.
Let's go.
All right. Step 2. Chip into small pieces. So what exactly is going on here?
In front of us, we have a machine which is known as a motorized chipper. This machine is used for cutting cassava chunks like this into small pieces.
Why do you have to cut it into small bits?
It lengthens shell lives of cassava. For example, ordinarily cassava takes around 24 hours before it gets spoiled. So if it's processed like this, cut into small pieces, then dried, it can last up to 1 year. So from here, we are going to see the drying process.
Okay. Step 3. Dry completely.
This is drying
Why is it important?
because it preserves the shelf life of cassava. Secondly, drying destroys the growth of other pathogens in the cassava. It is important that the wet cassava is spread evenly on the tarpaulin so that they get the right amount of sunshine and they dry uniformly. And then the tarpaulin needs to be clean. In cases where the farmers are able, it can be dried on a raised rack because, you know, as you dry, animals could be walking in the compound and coming to the site where the cassavas are, and that it brings about food contamination.
How do you tell dry cassava from wet one?
A dry cassava can be easily identified. When it is well dry, you can just break it. Just break it. For example, this one is dry. So once you break it, there's a cracking sound. It is brittle. Coloration also is important. Once it is dry, it is white. After drying, the cassava now can be taken to the storage.
Okay, let's go have a look at the store. Step 4. Store in clean sacks or PICS bags to keep out the pests. Okay, now
Yes.
George, tell us. Supposing a farmer just doesn't dry their cassava properly and put them in these kind of sacks.
The cassava can go bad because of the presence of aflatoxins or other pathogens. The color of the cassava will change and the cassava will not be fit for human consumption. So it goes bad. Yes. And then another thing is there could be cases of pest infestation. First of all, make sure that the bags are raised to give room, because where hidden spaces are in the store, the rodents normally breed there and multiply in the store. But if there is no space where they can hide, so definitely they will not stay there. Secondly, you can use traps so that anytime a rodent comes and maybe eats the bait, it can be killed. And the most simple one is have a cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you have a cat?
Yes, I have.
Does it eat the mice?
That's why you're not seeing them around.
Wow.
Yes.
How does a farmer protect their cassava storage?
There's a bag which is technologically able to preserve. It's called a pits bag. Once you put your crops inside and it is well tied, it suffocates any pests or any pest eggs that are there. So your crops will be preserved for a very, very long time. The bag is locally available through the Ministry of Agriculture.
Okay.
All right, now we've gone through the 4 stages. Do you think that our farmer is ready for good times ahead?
Yes, our farmer is good if she takes into consideration all that we discussed.
So, we know that Praxedece soil needs more organic matter. But it looks like there is another problem. Wilson from the FAO has found a hard pan, which is stopping our crops from growing well.
There are two problems here. One of it is in the hard pan in this farm. When you push this rod into the soil, you realize the soil depth is very low. This can reduce your soil fertility and also the performance of your crop. In conservation agriculture, you only prepare part of the land. Over here,
Yes.
I have seen a lot of mulch, which is very good for your farm. If you use properly, can improve the soil fertility we were talking about.
Now, when the mulch destroys the beans, as it has already germinated,
We normally apply this before planting or at planting. Because now the beans have started coming out, you can put a few of these when they are well chopped. We are going to visit a farmer who has done it very well.
Let's go see this farm.
Let's go.
So, no time to waste. We are off to visit Crescent, a conservation agriculture farmer, to see how he does it. Crescent,
Yes, sir.
how long have you been practicing conservation agriculture?
Roughly it is just 2 years.
Wilson, what is conservation agriculture?
Conservation agriculture is a set of 3 principles to increase production through improvement of soil fertility, 1, minimum soil disturbance. The second one is about permanent soil cover, and there are 2 ways of doing that. One is using the mulch, and the other is having a live crop. The third principle is crop rotation, and this is where it's more beneficial, where a farmer rotates a cereal with a legume.
What are the advantages?
It's cheap as compared to this other land operation. The yield is high as compared to this ordinary farming. Because initially, from this portion, I could only get 10 kgs. But the same plot, after practicing the CA, it went up to 220 kgs.
it's marvelous.
It's marvelous.
The soil fertility is improved. The hard pan is also removed to ensure that the nutrients that are below the hard pan are utilized by the plant. If you look at the way this stick will move, see, it can easily get into the soil. And if you compare it with what you were doing in your farm, it was short, and this time we are getting deeper, that the roots are going deeper.
A hard pan is a layer of hard soil that the crop's roots can't go through. This means that they can't get all the nutrients from the soil, and they dry out quickly because they can't get water from deep in the soil. A hard pan comes if you dig or plow a field every season, and can be very shallow if you don't plow or dig deeply. All this means a bad harvest. The best way to see if you have a hard pan is to check out the crop's roots. If the roots have a J shape, spreading out to the side, the roots have hit a block and you have a hard pan. If the roots go straight down, then there is no hard pan, and your plants are able to get water and nutrients from deeper into the soil, giving you a bigger yield. Conservation agriculture protects the soil and makes it healthier. After harvesting, leave crop residue like these maize stovers in the field. This protects the soil from the sun, wind, and rain. And when they rot, they add organic matter to the soil. When planting, just dig holes where you want to plant, instead of plowing the whole field. And remember to use compost and manure. Rotate crops every season to keep the soil healthy and stop diseases. That's it. The longer you do conservation agriculture, the better the soil fertility will be. So, in our Shamba, Praxedece is a real expert.
That's right. So we asked her to show us her #1 top tip in farming.
I would like to share this with the other farmers. We sell as a group, then we keep some money in the account. When a group member is in need, she or he is given some cash as a loan, and then we are just doing this to help ourselves develop and also pay school fees for our children.
What great advice!
Coming up after the break, we get those solar lights and we'll be cooking healthy things with finger millet and sorghum.
If you'd like to receive all our Shamba Shape-Up leaflets, SMS the word ALL together with your name and address to 30606. If you'd like to receive just the leaflet for this Shamba, SMS the name of the farmer together with your name and address to 30606. Welcome back.
To Shamba Shape-Up. We are in Busia with Praxedece.
We have seen how to make cassava last a long time.
How conservation agriculture makes soil more fertile, and how to get good eggs from ducks.
But we still need to look at solar lights.
And then, a nutritious recipe to keep us healthy.
But first, the Soil Care's soil test results have just arrived. The good news for Praxedece is that her soil pH is good, so she doesn't need to lime. But the soil health is low, so she does need to add composted manure and crop residue like chopped maize stovers to make her soil healthy. Now that she knows what to do, it's time to go and meet Naomi's expert from Delight.
Anne is an expert from Delight who's come to see how Praxedece lights her home.
This is my home.
Wow, this is a beautiful home.
Yes.
This is very nice. Okay, so what are you using for lighting?
This is my lighting system.
So you're using now 3 lanterns.
I have 3 lanterns.
So how much are you spending on kerosene every day?
That's 1 liter daily.
That's about 3,000 Kenya shillings on a monthly basis.
Yes.
That's a lot of money at the end of the year.
It's a lot, but what do you do?
If Praxedece can stop using kerosene, she can save 36,000 shillings every year, enough to buy her a heifer or more ducks.
We have the Delight solar home system, which will also give you the 3 lights like what you currently have. So I'll show you that very quickly. So the best thing about this, it will save you so much. So it's not just about saving your eyes because the light is brighter, but it will also be able to save you on costs. So it's a solution to so many things. So this uses purely solar. This is a panel that we will put on your roof. And we will also have 3 lights. So we have the battery that stores the energy from the solar panel. And we'll also have 3 bulbs. You have your own switch for each light. We also mentioned that you move around with the lantern. Now you'll also have something else to move around with. Actually, this is for almost 4 times brighter than the kerosene lantern. And the good thing, there's no fumes being produced, so there will be no effect on the eyes. So it's very safe to use and it's very bright.
Now, will she be able to recover the costs?
Yes, actually very quickly. She's using 3 kerosene lanterns, which cost about 3,000 every month. So in a period of like 3 months, she will have fully recovered the cost. And after that, it's absolutely free. So that's a savings of 3,000 Kenya shillings every month. So that's quite a lot of money.
That is, yeah.
Can I also use this battery to charge my phone?
Oh yes. Where do you usually charge your phone?
It is almost 1.5 kilometers from this place. And where we charge, it's not safe.
Oh.
My husband lost his expensive phone of 25,000 at the shopping center.
Wow, that's very nice. Actually, that's the most amazing thing about this solar home system.
Okay, how do you put it?
Okay, again, you're connecting to the same place. You just connect that here.
Yes, it is working.
Oh, it is charging.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
You're most welcome. And I
Really
hope
put me to a very good standard.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Now you can save money and improve even on your farm.
Yes, I will do.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much.
welcome. Thank you.
Maybe now it's time to put it up.
Yes, we should now fix it around the house.
The solar home system has 3 lights, a solar panel, and a battery. It's easy to install. The lights have switches for the walls, and the battery can be hung inside the house with connection to the solar panel to the roof. And what's more, the D20 comes with a 2-year warranty, building on Delight's reputation for quality, reliability, and durability. It also has a portable lantern to move around with and a phone charger. Back at Praxedece's Shamba, we're getting ready to show her how to make a healthy, tasty snack. Finger millet and sorghum are very good for you. So good that 2 people have come to tell us why.
It's coming on when?
Yes, it's coming on very.
Teresa is in charge of making sure the food tastes delicious, and Eric knows how healthy it is.
Eric, Teresa, so how are you doing?
Very well. What are you making now?
Chapati. Sorghum chapati.
Sorghum chapati. I can't wait. Make sure you bring some to the tent.
Of course I will. Bye.
All right, have fun.
Okay. So how does cassava and maize compare to millet and sorghum?
In terms of nutrition, sorghum and finger millet have higher levels of calcium and fiber compared to maize. Maize has very low levels of calcium and cassava also. The difference is quite large.
And so why is calcium important?
Calcium is very important for bone development and bone maintenance. The children who are being weaned, they need to grow strong bones because that's the frame that carries the whole body. For the elderly people, they need to maintain their bones because you have heard of osteoporosis, a disease that leads to degeneration of the bones. So with calcium diet, you minimize that problem. You need also vitamins, like the fruits that we shall be seeing, the guava fruit, which is a traditional crop here. It has very high levels of vitamin C, which is very valuable for immunity, and also vitamin B6, which is very valuable also for immunity. So this together with the sorghum and the millets plus the vegetables that farmers grow, the amaranths, the spider flowers, to make it a complete balanced diet.
So what's the market for sorghum?
Starting at the local level, sorghum and finger millet are always highly priced more than maize. At the moment, a 2 tin kilo of sorghum is going for 80 shillings. Maize is going for 40 shillings. Finger millet at the moment is going for about 100 shillings for a 2 kilo tin. The demand for finger millet as we speak now is more than the country can sustain to the millers.
Kenya imports a lot of its sorghum and millet. They are drought-tolerant crops and grow quickly, so we should be able to grow enough here for ourselves. And if the prices are so much better than maize, we can make more money if we do.
So there is a lot of potential for sorghum for food, for feed, and for malting.
How can I be taught how to make the chapati?
Let's join Teresa.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mix 1/3 cup of finger millet or sorghum with 1 cup of wheat flour. Add water and a little oil to the flour slowly, kneading as you go until you have a soft, elastic dough. Divide the dough into 8 and shape each piece into a ball. Flatten the ball slightly, then roll it out. Fry the chapati until it's done. Spread batter over one side if you like.
Sorghum chapatis are very good. And from today, I would be making sorghum chapatis for my family.
Yes.
Good.
Very good.
Sweet, eh?
So, we've had a busy time on Praxedece Shamba.
We fattened her ducks and learned how to handle cassava after harvest.
We know how to make the soil healthy.
And how to make us healthy by cooking with finger millet and sorghum.
And don't forget the solar light system. All in all, a good day's work.
We have brought you the sorghum chapos we have prepared today.
Wow.
My first sorghum chapos to prepare.
I could hardly wait. My hands are clean. I've washed them
Okay.
twice.
Just taste. How are they?
This is delicious. This is nice, lovely. Did Naomi help at all?
No, I just did it alone.
Naomi didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us, how did you find the Shamba shaper?
I've learned a lot. I'm going to improve my farming.
What didn't you like about Shamba Shepherd?
Oh, there's too much working.
But at least it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Okay, all right. That's good to hear. And you too can get in touch with us by using our SMS service or calling our call center.
Farmers, do your chicken have scaly legs? I know how you can fix that problem. See, my chicken are healthy. I joined Shamba and I receive free farming advice every week. If you want to join, send the word join to the number 21606 and they'll call you back.
So let me ask you, are you going to be using our SMS services?
Yes, I'll be using.
Okay, great.
Well, we are off to the next farm. Shamba Shape Up is also online. Visit us at shambashapeup.com. Select the episode and click play. You can also visit Shamba Shape Up's Facebook page, where you can enter great competitions and also get involved in great discussions. Shamba Shape Up is also on Twitter at Shamba Shape Up.